Hi, you're watching Nerdy News on VideoGamesVlogger.com. I'm your host Laura, and today I'll be filling you in on the latest in gaming news. After the steady decline of sales over the past several months, the game industry is starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. The starting gun for the video game industry's crucial holiday season went off with a bang in September. Sales of games perked up 3% after 4 consecutive months of declines, according to a report from market research firm NPD Group. But it isn't all sunshine and rainbows for the industry. Sales of video game hardware, including handheld systems and gaming consoles, fell 9% to $349 million. The sales of video game accessories sank 14% to $155 million. When including PC game sales, overall US sales declined 6% to $1.16 billion. Nevertheless, the modest but notable improvements in software sales is expected to continue through the remainder of the year as the industry heads into the busy holiday season, when as much as half of the game retail sales are rung up. The Nintendo DS has hit another milestone with 50 million units sold. While many may be turning away from the traditional handhelds in favor of increasingly advanced mobile gaming, the Nintendo DS has a significant place in gaming history. This week, the NPD Group told Nintendo that lifetime sales of the DS have now surpassed 50 million units, confirming the device's status as one of the best-selling video game systems of all time. The fact that the DS is still selling well could be an indicator that gamers are still hesitant to embrace the 3DS, which has a somewhat poor lineup of games. Still, the price drop has worked in Nintendo's favor, with 450,000 3DS units sold since the reduction in August, with 260,000 of those sold in September. Sony has finally leveled up, freezing thousands of accounts after a recent hacking attack. Sony announced that it had locked almost 100,000 user accounts on its PlayStation Network and other online services after detecting a spike in unauthorized login attempts. It was the latest in a series of online attacks on the company that have threatened to undermine user confidence in its web-based offerings. Sony representatives have said that they suspected that hackers had obtained login data from other websites or sources and used those to try and gain access to Sony accounts. Access was thought to have been gained to only a handful of accounts, and no credit card or other sensitive data was stolen, according to Sony. Birth control gets a whole new outlook with a new video game. Birth Control Brigade is an educational online game launched by the Society of Obstetricians and Gynecologists of Canada. The game is a new way to reach the youth of Canada and teach them about their birth control options. The gameplay of Birth Control Brigade is akin to a real-time strategy. You're given a budget to purchase a variety of contraceptive defenses in order to annihilate the menacing waves of sperm before they reach the egg. Available for purchase are the old standard latex prophylactics, as well as the 5 most common hormonal contraceptive options. The SOGC state that their goal is to be proactive and encourage young people to understand the repercussions of their actions and help them make informed decisions. My favorite part of the game is the smooth, jazzy music. Now for some games releasing this week. Batman Arkham City is an action-adventure video game developed for the PlayStation 3, Microsoft Windows, and Wii U and Xbox 360. Arkham City, like its predecessor Arkham Asylum, is an open-world game that incorporates elements of stealth and predator tactics. The player can opt to move silently, avoiding inmates and other enemies using a combination of gadgets to sneak up on enemies and incapacitate them. Ratchet & Clank All for One is a 4-player cooperative video game developed for the PlayStation 3. Unlike previous games in the series, which were mostly single-player only games, All for One focuses on a 4-player cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows for drop-in and drop-out online as well as offline multiplayer. Players can each take the role of one of the 4 main characters of the game. That's all the news I have for today. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below. Love and peace from my PC to yours.